Assalamu alaikum, wonderful viewers. Welcome to the Political Hour Show here on Eco TV International, the People's Choice, where we invite politicians, women and youth to discuss about the trending issues in the country. And today here with me is one of the prominent citizens in the Gambia, the youth's favorite here with me today. He will introduce himself shortly, but before that you can kindly follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram and YouTube. And sponsors are also invited. You can call on the various numbers on the screen. I'm your host, Rohede Toure. Follow us for more, inshallah. You will get to know more about the country and things trending in the country. Assalamu alaikum, Honorable.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I am happy to be part of you. I am Honorable Bakary Badjie, the member for Foni Bintang, aspiring candidate for presidency 2026 as well. And I am happy to be interviewed by your media. I am indeed very, very, very glad that the young people are taking up the challenge and you are going from door to door and you are interviewing the young, the women and other people, and you are interviewing the youth as well, which is important for national development, to be honest with you. Glad to be with you.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Saying Isa Fono Moleko, life growing up, your background information.
I am a villager. I was born in a village called Foni in Tubakuta in Foni Bintang. And when I started in 1998, my father passed away. And at the time, I was with my uncle. From that time until date, I am with my dad uncle. And at the time, we used to walk 6 kilometers from my village to 7 kilometers from my village to Bakuta to Bintang every day, going and coming.
No bicycle?
No bicycle, nothing, absolutely. Sometimes no even shoe, you understand? Sometimes we cannot even have shoes. So sometimes we used to go and fetch for leaves. And then when the sun is too hot, we have to tie our feet so that we can walk properly in the hot sun, which definitely was a challenge. But then we are able to overcome it. I am a farmer and a fisherman by birth, and that is what I found my parents doing. And in reality, I am also of them. I am one among them as well. Yeah, so that is how I grown up, and I also attained my education both in the Gambia College, and also I am an ongoing student in the University of the Gambia. Yeah.
Okay, now hearing your background information, your parents were farmers and fishermen too, and there was no political background in your family. Now you can tell us what motivated you to run for the National Assembly member and what key issues drive you to work?
I think one of the questions that I am asked, which happens to be very interesting, is the question that you are raising. Now, before you talk about the current issues, you must know what actually transpired, what triggers what I am going through today. Now, as I was in the Gambia College, I said to realize that I cannot be a witness over instances, and I only have to complain, sit behind and complain. I say to myself, I must be participants in the political, I must participate, than being a complainant or witness over the issue and only have to complain. So I say to myself that I must be part of this one-making body. That is when I entered into Gambia College politics. And after finishing Gambia College, then there was this sit-down teacher strike with tax force. You understand? Teachers tax force. Yeah. And we were asking for salary increment. You remember teachers tax force?
Yeah.
Teachers were asking for salary increment. And then we went up to the last minute. Everything got scattered. And I said to myself, if we are to remain like that and sit behind and do not participate in decision making, it becomes a challenge for us. So I said to myself, I must be a representative of the people. Where I have to go there and advocate for salary increment. Now, the first thing that actually attract me is the fact that the people are living like $250 as house rent. And I told at the time the permanent secretary, at the time, $250, you cannot use that as house rent in this country, because nowhere in any part of the country can you rent a house for $250. But I am not part of this one-making body, and I cannot influence anything.
Sure.
From that time, I say to myself, now, if I only have to complain, sit back, and we say politics is dirty and we want to put only dirty people in the political arena. Why the clean people don't want to be there? Yeah. And we want things to be good, it will never be. So from that point, I say to myself, I must be there. And then I maneuvered. And today here I am a National Assembly member.
Okay. And then for the Molia Jele for the debate in the parliament for Eco Com Multimedia lo ko kala kan kanne e ka fight against inequality, nepotism and infenja ba mimbatina contributor backward wala youth so la karol c'est ça fono mole munati ne kala youth so la karol ba kaninka nepotism kata aning inequality ka fight.
Yalong to the injustice is painful. If one is to experience injustice through your background, through your life, ikaloneko injustice diminta bakele. Like today, for instance, if I use power on you, ning ngaje ko ite ninte wala ite use your power yen lipa ipareta yen samba police nata yen sorong and ite now ye boyin kan kotake would dimin na warta bakele. So sani ninte nga injustice dia abe tama kan daoda akan juso janile. It is my responsibility to stand up for justice, and it's my responsibility to law for the weak. Now, in my life, if nite nata ite iman semmosoto ini mo joteta mi yalan ko we semmosoto, I may incline to the one mi man semmosoto. The other thing is nite dalta foare yalla ko me ngafo nyami. So in that National Assembly, who can more money so that you can employ me wala yen tamandi wala ye kukenye mbuka keno. Anu fanankaje leko national office mu fenneti mi yalon ko banko belet fengolem ne aje ibe taso lola minister because of foire ni lafta ye foire ni satisfied ne aje ibe moto nyimal di député la wala ye bunyima lo député bungo pour député le tebaji de lafta pour ye comfort soto pour ye miwa foire la pour ye foire fana semmentu yano pour ye sembo soto now ninde tata nata mankafu fois Gambia foirel kan fo ndata ga kafu député kan wala nata nga kafu minister kan on injustice. Wo I will not be fair to my conscience. Anu nan labango fanante nyinyala. Exactly. Nan labango te nyinyala, my end result will be bad. So I told my family, na lefita. We can take money from the government, but at the end of the day, ibe mol nenale da nimbe fala. Or the other option is you leave the money with the government, bulaji, and be sincere and you be honest. Never take any bribery from anybody. Then handi botaji, you will live with your dignity for Ilasaya. You will have your dignity and your respect will be with you for Watomina. Now these are two options. You can enjoy money today without dignity, or you maintain your dignity without money. So this is why for me, Ntela dignity na bunyani wale fesi ata ni kodoti. To be very honest with you, whether people perceive it differently, that is to them. But in my life, I care more about my grave. I care more about what will come after me. I care more about my reputation than today gaining. If you today you look at the National Assembly member, I am among the least traveling National Assembly members today in the country. National Assembly, everybody mean the ata. I travel the rest. Various reasons, maybe advanced, but one of the main reasons is my stand towards matters, towards issues. Because I never stand to favor a minister. I am not looking at whether we are from the same region or the same party. I don't care about that. You understand? I care about the nation, and it is like a burden on me that the development of the nation lies in my hands. And ninte ba ke, jumale ba kela. That is actually what actually motivates me. Ndama, even that man be low ndama. That is always all the time nka wuchili kalo, because nka alo ne ko be low ndama be kidering in the parliament, in the minister setting, in whatever. Well, be ko is strength, but sometimes nka ko I am not alone, because the poor Hanata ima understand be about understand nasama. Hanata Gambia no me alone ko they are teachers or fishermen or whatever. Hanata ima understand be. Even circumstance turned against me today. Sama will be not on yalon. Ha, my perspective, and that's also is what keeps me moving, and that's what keeps me taking this part all the time.
Okay. And then say Isa Fonomole, how do you feel standing up for the people of Gambia, fighting for them?
Sometimes it feels very, very lonely. Sometimes it's discouraging. Sometimes it's like I am alone. Sometimes I feel the loneliness. But sometimes other people are also there in the parliament, me along, they are very, very conscious. Such I can measure them for you, and also I can name them. They are very, very conscious. The first is member for Kiang West. The other one is Janjambure, member for Janjambure. Honorable Almame Jiba, Honorable Saho, you understand? Honorable Sleman Sao, Central Badibu. wol mum mollati mi yalon ko jama ninta ta fon kideta ay feel the loneliness ngajele ko itol fanam be lorin fele andu fana ifana mollati mi yalon ko jama ika wucili ka tonya fasa bak député dol bije ba inte wol mention but these are the key people mi yalon ko jama itol fanan ka lo ka tonya sementu ya bake andu fatiyatale I hanita akoli ata nyawnya itol fanan jama ika katale but mafo ko imu malay ko leti hani they have their shortcoming as well. You understand? So, but in reality, this is the world. Yeah.
Okay. So, Ninata, regarding your constitution, how do you ensure your constituents' voices are heard in national decision making?
Tonya. Constituency engagement mo feneti mi yalon ka koliyatale. But ndeka katale every year I go around my constituency. Nimbolieta nga dialogue. Nina nak makeno bare before sangoni mbebana around November mbela fela ka constituency talk with my people. So in that constituency talk, because niye mol kumani jama bukana ibukana bake niye mol kumani dantane kana. So bare nina ngakele when it comes to why ofana amanke telephone otata nga mol engage. But NCC, National Council for Civic, will command okay. Foni Bintang and Foni Perfect, where I have to meet all of them along with Nkachata. Okay, I go around my constituency in Nimoli Kacha, Ila Koliada, Ikafonia. So this year I'll be going maybe around November to December around that time. So Nintata Wutumol Nimol se Kacha no Ku Jamala, Miyalonko abedending na Kuala and in a problem or in face. Omufended Miyalonka Kumayata Bake because even last adjournment debate danim bakela ngana constituency group also me alonko amanke APRCD amanke UDP amanke NP mol bele bije we open it for everybody. Yeah, understand kabe ayeleta so what constituency nying mol bele bije me alonko different political party because APRC da amanke amanke itole tam foniti UDP da matin tam amanke itole tam foniti and mo bele tam foniti so anu foni binta fanambe wole nya amanke party clean tam so now hanatra the dominance make it one party that but all of us should be included in the decision making process. So on call kewoto mulfanang ila concert it will find left and me race in parliament. Sometimes we go to 1 hour 30 minutes in Kachala in that platform so everybody can jump in and people that have to disagree with me sometimes they have to disagree with me but then we have to agree, we have to come together. We are putting the interest of Foni Bintang forward and not the interest of any political party. And I made my people even me alone they share the same political party with me. We cannot only represent ourselves but we have to represent others. And the minority are are the most important in any category. Minority of every group are the most important people and they should be paid most attention to. And I made my people understand this reality.
Okay. What are the biggest challenges becoming face in la constituency and Nisaiba handle Kanyadi Lefana?
The biggest challenges ngami face like Sate dol bije mi yalon ko man korang sort of for instance. Dol ka mi bako is a decision for me come and get is ila Sate to bondi. But nka jine foy ko nte fangola Sate ringo amang korang sort of nte fangola Sate ringo amang so if it was a decision for me maybe mbafala ngasa man Sate but it's not my decision. You understand? So nka explain ko there are certain villages me yalon ko wa talent. If left to me alone, I will have chosen. But if I not choose, I will not choose it. I will have taken it to the people of Foni Bintang for us to have a vote on this. Yeah. Because if I choose it alone, it will be biased, no matter how I do it. So those are serious challenges that I face. The other challenge that I face is like Tonya akakute amulfele. Wati Tonya akakute amulfele. And nibe Tonya fola, mol they don't believe ka ibe Tonya fola because in the political arena, mol delta will ya fola. And now having someone me alonka bina be Tonya fola, mol ka mewako is the same will ya fola and will lekana.
Exactly.
So having the people to believe in what you are telling them is a challenge. To be what is a very, very serious challenge. And having people to understand that more balance tilling nola, more bete jawya nola. And a Jamani bije mi alon kanine jita duniaka. More kendol bije, more kumul bije. Nu lawato, I more kendo sota I more. Lut lawato, Idris lawato, Ibrahim lawato, Sali lawato. All the prophets coming down to Isa, coming down to Musa, coming down to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jamani aka more kendo sota aka more kumul sota. So puri ya ita ni mulako, nka mi fomu tonya leti. Anda nyanta kela wale nyama eka miba ko ite ketol nenere womu koli ya baleti mi yalon ko gasoto in the political arena. The other issue is, once we are the National Assembly, many people see political party. You know, I'm no longer in any of the political parties.
Independent.
I am very independent, and I have been independent from the onset. And now having the members of parliament to have that independent thinking is a challenge. Now, for one to make a proper decision, one must have that independent thinking skills. And I know it's sad to be lonely, and loneliness is not pleasing, and loneliness does not attract wealth. Loneliness does not attract so many things. But having to convince the people that majority does not mean truth. That you having the majority does not mean at all honey. Truth and majority are two things that are different. Yes. So most of the people don't understand that majority is not truth. So sometimes ninta voting do ke mi yalon ko ntenga ko nyinen tonyati. Gambia fana most of the time I think with the majority of Gambians are the same. Ngaje ko nyinen tonyati. Pour Gambia mole songala imanna songala député li ya fay wala kudo keta wakan niyo ko ya bake akan niyo ko ya bake. It's a challenge for me, and I wish I could do much about it.
From the beginning, independently. So, payment plan come for any other political party collaborate, alia development or some Bangkok.
I was independent, but as of now, as it stands today, I am not alone in this arena. Manken Damati, Nina executive full BJ, Nina Mul BJ. So any decision me along ko lafita talale. It has to be agreed by the executive, and it must be based on Pan-Africanism and its concept. And that come Africa here, Fankan and the no. By Fana, we don't want to go just for the sake of just going to someone and align with him. Now, what influence can we have in that ground? Is it that is a political party, me alonko, they are going to downplay the Gambians? Is it a political party that is going to have regard for Gambians? Is it a political party that will be ready to empower Gambians? You understand? But in a place where until we are not into that, and we will not entertain such a thing in any of the political parties that may want to align with us. And remember, it's not that we are telling you today will be president. We have to build, we have to raise awareness. We have a long way to go as young people, and we don't want just for people to jump and make it today. No. But we want to reorient the people. Wato kata nyame pumuli ya faham. Ko banko la nyaton ko abe banko fo abe leje, banko la nyaton ko abe banko la molleje, banko la nyaton ko ibe, they are there for women and youth, and they are there for every Gambian, disabled or different disabled, whatever it is, they are there for all of them. So until we want to raise awareness that corruption also can be tackled. Corruption of us are tackled knowledge, and injustice is by knowledge. Come nafta, come molmi yalong ko itata for ejikilate ko Gambia ta make nola. We want to build in them the determination, that the zeal, that the Gambia we can achieve it, the self-esteem in them that it is not late and it is not over until when all is over, and we can make a difference. That is what we want to build with the passage of time.
Okay, well then, Alma Alay Alma.
Amen.
To remind you again, you are watching Eco TV International, the People's Choice. This is the Political Hour, so here with me, Rohito Toure. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Sponsors are also invited. You can call on the various numbers on the screen to sponsor this program. Say, how do you view the Gambia's progress in democratic governance since the 2016 political transition?
Thank you so very much. Eco TV, I will also ask followers to follow you, and it will be good that you are followed, because Eco is something that is connected to Pan-Africanism, and Pan-Africanism is an agenda that we want to promote all the time.
Yes.
From 2016, from 1965, Gambia. ABFC out. Gambia. ABFC out. What don't come me miracle FSC out, ABFC out. Gambia, we could have attained a lot in Jamal Sotononu. But it's sad, we are at 60, and yet Gambia BBB, ever played honey killing Temulguru. Today as we speaking. Plane or honey killing at Temulguru. When individuals are owning aeroplanes, you understand, honey plane killing Temulguru. Our president now left the time and a cut flight do it. So that is the kind of nation that we are living in. Our youth soul, about 10% of the youth will baby Takani. And if the 100% of the youth or 80% of the youth have the opportunity, will be a little bit. They are here not because of the Ataleko. And some of the people that are even taking the cameras and everything, if they have the opportunity, they are leaving. So that is the challenge. So that is to tell you that. That is to tell you that nothing is good. You understand? So we could have attained something better than this. From 1965 to date, until man standard road soto, and we are still importing rice. Rice we are still importing. So today, Nico, there is no imported. Nico manote duna Gambia mbefala le konkole bemfala. Amake ko kudo le bemfala konkole bemfala. Now we have 90% of fertile land. We have rainfall. We have everything. We have almost the land all over the country. Handi mano fai mano kanga falin. Even danko ay banko soto domani abe falin. And yet until we are importing rice. Now coming for wallahi, you say, and now what I'm telling Gambia is new kilo continue in other part of the world. Until that time what I made, how will we survive? Sani kilo is in other part of the world. Now continue mano imana import nanka sama na Gambia. Until konkole bentol fala, manke kilo ti konkole ben fala.
Say ima sainte ni for say mburo fana daka fu.
Bake.
Mburo say $12. Say isela view fana fono molle wota ba. Yalong inte for me interesting. Ke do le bekama iko bekama be woto. Ata ya mburo da ke $10. Inata ka muta. So what bank sifa bitano le ba. What bank sifa ako faringo daman lafa. So what bank sifa atetano. Sani ni ajibe mburo da lafata. E ka mo de ta yemburo dada wole faringoti faringodi fo Gambia sa dada no fonta dada no faringodi akabo seno le bala seno ni seno ke faringodi akabo jamaja akabo to banyol le bala so ni yo seno ke you can use that ya process ya ke faringodi ni faringo pareta den nsa ke no mburoti but sa ni ata ntol be depend na ka import na what we will have it and until nga fo bi asafe yalandi ate mela bita $15 because $12 is not a stable position. Abi stable la dame wole $15 and that mela bitaje. So for wuli as a nation nga lonko Gambia mote bola na China aina Gambia de damo yo. Mote bola na America aina Gambia de banko de damo. Mote bola na Canada aina Gambia banko de damo li. Gambia no lebe wulla ngan tewo city nga lonko Gambia la development no ala nyatota anala komanta abebe Gambia no lebu nga lamfana ko ntol sa kenole ni latam fana so sa kenole then be nga unite nga ke not a governance problem, nothing a governance bondage, na proper governance samana. Because agriculture can bring 1965 can have be. We have supplied seeds and fertilizer to farmers. Seeds and fertilizer, seeds and fertilizer, seeds and fertilizer. Is that what agriculture is? All to add to the life. You understand? Animal husbandry, you understand? Poultry, small ruminants, well, be agriculture, but we forget about that. Now, agricultural mechanization, well, I'm machine can the bad samana. Me yalonko ibedula jama selenola. Machine killing say about 20 to 30 hectares seleno one day. You understand? Those are the kind of agriculture me yalonko solatena. Like combined harvesters, me yalonko, they can harvest about 20 hectares one day. You will be harvest. Those are the agricultural mechanization. Felata koni masakunda investor agriculture kono back contribute anyaro.
Because what that is the only way. Because munebekela yalo mo jama ka fo alinga lonta nga sino dada. Well, that is the ideology of a politician. Politician ke miral nyam. Well, nga lonta nga sino dada because mo be konta la be capte faila nye kotoke hani. In reality, ni lafta tuonyala amanya na kela onyama. Okay. Near loan jamata, you invested hugely on agriculture by buying harvesters, flowers, and very expensive money. You understand? Near be invest agriculture. So nalia domoro so domoro sita then I'll say wafi wokeno. Nalia domoro ni wafi wokodo se da sia mano da se talano. Mo jama wafa mano da etala domo fengol da etala. Ibe fengol talano la ite mi ibuka mi produce. Fente talano la nata ite buka produce. Ni lafta mano da etala. For aliye mano produce alfa ngoy. Ite tante ni mobile isa da talano. Mobile mi alon ko tante. So ndol ka la file. Nga mano da tala mano mi alon control ma do ko amambo jang jabo da tala jabo mi alon ko amambo jang you understand marsandiso da tala bay marsandiso ni mambo so ni lafta productivity mbe wala la fala ni aje na kodo fo be jikan amanke fenne ba jindi kan but ntol buka fenne produce sani Now that the productive sector and say will increase no. Now, and we can only base it through agriculture. Whether in the fishery sector, whether in the animal husbandry, whether poultry, whether small ruminants, whatever it is. But it has to be based on agriculture because it is what is realistic. Now, you taking loan and grant is not sustainable. Dambi Samoyo, she said it on her dead aid book. She said the aid that they are giving to Africa are dead aid. And this cannot actually alleviate the poverty in Africa, and cannot even allow us for us to progress. They are a trap set up for us. It can multi trap. So that is the challenge that we face as a nation. So until we are reoriented, that we can do it and we should do it, that this is the path that we should take. Until then, we will not have the kind of Gambia that we want. But then there is hope because there is this rising sun from the east, and this sun will definitely shine, and nothing can stop that. And you can frustrate the youths, and you continue corruption. You are making fun. Honestly speaking, every corruption have a stopping point. Every injustice have a stopping point, and Abedandula supply. Abedandula, no matter what, whether you understand it or not. And also, if you continue to deceive the majority, so momo ibe min diamle isa lonku hali bi yemol nene samate labanna so wolen tonyati.
Okay, so ngajele fanang recently parliament kono in 2024 constitution on ya reject la mona mi tel dalilo mina ne ya reject dalil jamale batina constitution o mi yatina nga reject. The first reason ni be loi da dala ikade da molle exactly loi nying dandi ba da dala fo inni molle nyomoy mol nyanta nit luwa nyin kalamta la ni mol ma luwa kalamta, it becomes a problem. It be like a trap ni dun taji rek yesil ni mol ma luwa kalamta ka kenyama ite ni tele be den ta kafola woto kafola luwa na be dada la mbele nyanta asila nga lonko lafta ka dada tenne mbe d'accord la nyina la momo nyinke nga nyinke momo nyinke nga nyinke momo nyinke nga nyinke mbe d'accord la wala ni lafta ka banko eta nyaata ba ite dama ite la sembo tamande la yafo nye nte lafta duwala nya be kala wala nyama ya sambana yafo nte ga d'accord nte sonna la nyama mbela dem fengo wala be nyanta ka chala le mbela dem fengo mbele nyanta ka chala ni nga ka chala mo be dem fengo kana ke kilintati ngama donki lala dole wala what is very important is a message that ya lon ka nyanta pass. The other thing is teacher service commission atiji. And you know where I came from. Me and someone exactly. Yo, teacher Laku, I need low salaries for the entire civil servant and for the Gambia. Yeah, no, last time I did me too for perfect. So Sani, the teacher service commission at AJ. What the madam is enough evidence pungani constitutional reject. You understand? The other issues me alonko abije walem consultation for ini mulye kacha. Exactly. Come and info. Ini mulye kacha da ni ba samula. So what we find me alonka kuma ata bake anum banku dingo banku dingi lafta fen nimbe constitution dada nkada da mune kama from kada da nyine kama ko president wala ka chiefs appoint alafta minna aya appoint chief tansi amanya nakela political appointment in my view ndela mi roto da amanya nakela president wala nyanta sefol tommon na nyama sefol nyanta kela mole because mole ika mole represent so nyanta kela mole timi yalonko nyanta d'accord la mole nyanta d'accord la ko la. In the constituency, ni mol lafite la ye nyaton kaya albita carte file ni mal lafila ye bondije but ni president da ma yete appoint e ka jele ko I am only loyal to president, I am only to satisfy president nka president da mal nyanyini ibuka mol nyanyini ni ma mol nyanyini nak iteta no kuke ya understand. So you represent the people anyhow you feel like, and they tend to only stand for the president. One mo fele timi ya lon aba kono draft constitution support. Nina the 5 members that are nominated by the president, for instance, on National Assembly. He can nominate Nyadile. Like the Speaker of National Assembly been nominated, the Deputy Speaker, the 3 nominated members all been nominated. So National Assembly is a very strong arm of government. And the decisions that are to be taken there should be in the interest of the entire nation and not to the interest of the president alone. Now, the president appointing Chief Justice. Where now the draft constitution is telling us what? That the president is still going to appoint Chief Justice. Now the president is still going to nominate 5 members. And these are strong arms of government. The president is still going to nominate the IEC or appoint the IEC chairman, for instance. So what we find me along not right after constitution. I have no problem with the president appointing ministers because they are executive members. But I have a problem with the president appointing
the 5 nominating 5 members to Parliament, appointing the Speaker and other individuals. They say the Speaker is elected by National Assembly, but in reality the Speakers are not elected by National Assembly. The Speaker is elected by the President.
Okay.
That is the monopoly setting.
Okay, so ngaji la fana ya aspiration on sotol pour 2026 election pour kalwala for presidency. Say nding ye chance di le prier que presidency isa fono molle ko mune fem foloti mi yalon ko iba assembentu yala ni banko kam. Mbe I am an aspiring candidate and sala 2026 na ballot box so be lola for presidency and ni alala de maro lata je mbe gagner la. That I can tell you for free. And you will be surprised to call me back and tell me what it is. Because I like a cool care. First thing me alonko, inshallah, in 2027, because to election because 2026, 2027, the funds don't start. The first thing that will be my concentration is on agriculture. Without compromise, all my effort, all my expertise in agriculture. That's a good move.
Now invest seriously in agriculture. Like, not like Kakasu production, we are having it 10 to 20%. My ambition is to raise it to 75%. Granite production, for instance, if it is at 10%, my desire is to raise it to 80 or 85%. Rice production, not that we are having it today at 15 to 20%. I desire to raise it to 100%. Because Nimba agriculture segment, we will continue to be slaves. And Joya don't tell after wale by. First thing, the Joya after wale by. Puna kangoilo. Be America can to anyhow they feel like, just because we have to depend on them for survival. Some of the members are even calling for these people, for America to continue giving us aid. Aid is not sustainable. So until Fongalo, Danero, what a continue no la last one. So ni left a Danero nika buy. You must base it on agriculture. The only source for our income is agriculture. The second thing, agriculture tena no nata kopsono manfana mankele. The second thing, me alone come mbelo lafi wele kopsono ekele. Kopsono manke, whether you are from my family, whether you are from my party, whether you support me, forget about that. So until and unless Gambia we are aware that it is law that should precede and it is law that should guide us, and law have no regard for tribe, law have no regard for relationship, law have no regard for political affiliation or support or whatever it is, or religion. Law has no regard for any of this. Momo you should face it. That is to say, Momo corruption, you should face it. And that is the reality. And no nation can develop in the absence of reality. So this will be the basis of my foundation. And this will be the first foundation that I will lay. Upon this foundation that a nation will be built. And upon this foundation that we will be able to have salary increment. Upon this foundation that we will be able to build good roads. Upon this foundation that we will be able to have stable water supply, stable electricity, stable anything. And upon this foundation we will be able to have our standard security, and upon this foundation that we will lay whatever we want to lay. And upon this foundation that we will have the Gambia that will sign.
Gambia we want.
Yeah, correct.
Inshallah, alma be so.
Amin.
Saying isa fono mole fana ni andi constitution ko jibe saying for prielo president yala 2 terms le lungaje baro fana ay 2 terms be sable already saying donc ay fala fana ka intention itande pour caron for the 3rd term. Say, is it a view for no bulletin? How do you see that?
Ko kele me yalon ko wala ka hadama dingo la bunya tuibulu wala katama ni kangola. Namo ko jamal be ke kanjanko hanni molbe ma foko nsa foyi. Nyino kabinata iko ya jamme ani APRC mansa kunda ye nomination ya samba 1 million for presidency. Sani ye deputy ya nomination ya race malo ya jame la government ya race to jalle. So inata ka bring coalition 2016 sita, the first thing you mean tala ye wale tala. Last election president ya nomination was 10,000. Deputy ya nomination was 5,000. And in Palace Dole I think Mayor Malong for 5,000 for 3,000 but it's something like that. Council ya fanang is something lower. But guess what? Yalo National Assembly just 1 week ago, you willing ya raise to $1 million.
$1 million.
Nomination for president 10,000 to 1 million. And the nation is silent about it. You understand? Nte nga ko ntol mo dantan nga fight against. Ntol mo dantan wala nga fight against that voting. And I am surprised that the minority caucus and the majority caucus united in that. Minority caucus don't support Leko. We raise it to 1 million. Minority caucus. And now if it is a political party, me Yalonko, they are to have about 50 members of parliament. That is 5 million. 5 million. Now you want to contest throughout the country. That is 5.3 or 5.3 million. Or 5.4 million. That is 5.4 million. You want to contest throughout the country. For a political party, if you have to pay for all your MPs, that is $5.3 million. Because each MP is to pay 150,000. Oh, it's close to 6 million. That's 6 million closely. You understand? That is what a political party should pay. Now, this is the kind of government that we want, and this is the kind of system that we want. So, you are there to change the system. But you are not just there to worsen the system. Change for better, not change for worse. When we find it, me alonko kumbayata back. So ngawoleje, when we find it, me alonko yake. Coming to that term limit. So ikajeleko, it will come mean for. And ikabara minna will are two different things. So the Gambia is a matter of time. Ntol them problem altogether. Ngabo kendol jibe nga carte dealer. Because nimma okay, we will continue to perish. And also, more than a member captain filer, no more kendole. For Gambia, no willing a captain file more kendole. What we find that me alonko is a concern and should be a concern for every Gambian. Ha, time limit running and entire speculate because had the money one week ela kangoleti. But in Ajele dolba fokan ali constitutional pass because of time limit be. But the constitutional pass it means constitutional abuka murukoma, lu abuka murukoma. About start la be dame katami. Well, abe other 2 times like I thought 20 years. Now after 20 years as a follow, now amendment okay. You understand? Those are for by a time limit, but as a follow, amendment okay. Everything is possible. So long you did not live by your first words, there is no certainty but that you can live by the other words that will come later.
Okay, well, time over Jaffa can say, it's a phenomenon. Yala, you attempt to like like diaspora call, Kuru, voting. You have but attempting a failed
very well.
According to law, every citizen has rights to put a voting to be voted for. Sign it a monojoda for me
no more campaign promise 2016 about Kono. Diaspora is under captain file. Diaspora, it all more let me along with Gambia. They are not from Sierra Leone, they are not from Canada, they are not from Angola, they are not from America, they are Gambian. Now, it means that it will name and captive Gambia. They have nowhere on earth to captive them. And these are people, me alonko, ibe dawda dunia ko ni hachilobe Gambia kando. Ibe dawda dunia ko ni hachilobe Gambia kando. So much so, nte wati do nintata airport or nin lota nga jibe ika muli welcome nyame from the diaspora. It pleases me, inka kontanile. Because some of the Gambian people, ika kontani to see their loved ones coming with money. Yeah, understand. You see young girls, they are welcoming and nka enjoy back. I like their husband. Now, how do you imagine ni mo sita banta among kodo soto? Well, I kodo soto, but among sem mo soto ala suoko is painful. Yeah, exactly. So they are us. And the bota dami ibe nganya la no waleto. So ani little manganya no Gambia abe koli ala bake. Wala tinna it is sad pour mol buke mira bake ka je ko diaspora nyanta capte fayla janne. And ibe dawda fana nyanta capte fayla je wala nyanta semmentu yala le. Ndol tata ga meeting kele fo nga mira ko ibe diaspora allow to vote. But so unfortunate they did not allow them to vote. But me yati they may allow to vote because diaspora they are aware the kalamta tale. Well, they will not vote for this kind of a government. Never. Because it amata dunia kone ya jele dunia benyame. So nobody can baffle them. So if Silata Nyina in diaspora captive fight, it will be loose lale. And they will not have votes in the diaspora. What is the only reason? Okay,
Abarkabake, well, saying time of Valentine Jampa, is still a last word for the Gambian women.
Nkonta Antabake, Allah interviewer, and also I want journalists will mean at all. Responsible journalism, that is journalism kajele ko ntol fanang mbejele banku doko ni banko betiata mbele. Betiata pour nga al sifa soto mi yalonko atol fanang government bukali bribe. Pour allier fenta government bulu pour allier fem for mi yalonka manya na fola. So atol sifa nkali je nka ntol fanang sali tentu ngali jai. Because nin jamano mo jama sali sanno allier bias reporting ke allier fenke mi yalonko anin silo manta bal ka loto nyakan When we find me yalonka koliata in Jamano kono back. Because the first thing that will leave this umma is Tonya bitala evaporate. But ngaje ko atol be loring Tonya nyinka Eco TV albe loring Tonya kam. Mbali encourage la ka aje ko Ali Gambia je comme Ali be Gambia je kan nyamen. Ali Gambia sembentu ya. Don't do anything for Bakary Badjie. Don't do anything for UDP. Don't do anything for NPP. Allah main focus yanta kela Gambia ti. Fengo fe ye Gambia fasa ali wa fasa. So I want to thank you very well and lafta kali tentu kali jai albekata ko minna and mbafala molief. All of you follow Eco TV, and Eco TV is the way forward. Follow them on TikTok and on Instagram, anywhere on YouTube, wherever they are. Please go and search for them and follow them. Thank you.
Inshallah. And you also follow us.
Thank you. I'll follow you. Okay. I will follow you. Honorable Bakary Badjie is to follow Eco TV, and I started today. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
It's an honor and a pleasure having you here
Thank
today.
you.
Well, this is how we've come to the end of the program. This is the Political Hour Show with me, Rohiyatu Toure, on Eco TV International, the People's Choice. And today my guest was Honorable Bakary Badjie, the youth's favorite. And thank you very much. Till next week, inshallah. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Sponsors are also invited. You can call on the various numbers on the screen to sponsor this program. Bye-bye.